Hi, I am Erdal from Learn Turkish with Erdal YouTube channel. Today I will teach you the most used adjective in Turkish that you can use to describe people's characters and personalities. Before starting the video, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to my channel and you can be aware of the usable content I have made about Turkish culture and Turkish. Now subscribe to my channel and see you the video. The first word is endişeli. Endişeli briefly refers to someone who has feelings of anxiety or discomfort. Endişeli also means an inner state of uneasiness or anxiety. Being endişeli means feeling anxious about uncertainty or problems about the future. Endişeli simply refers to a stressful or anxious situation. Örnek: geleceğimizi söylediğimizde gelmezsek annem hep biraz endişelenir. My mother always gets a bit anxious if we don't arrive when we say we will. Endişeli means anxious. Rekabetçi. Rekabetçi can be explained in English as competitive, which describes a person who has strong desire to win or to do best in a competitive setting. They thrive on challenges and strive to outperform others. Örnek: Ali her alanda rekabetçi bir ruha sahip ve her zaman en iyisini yapmaya çalışan bir sporcu. Ali is a competitive athlete who has a competitive spirit in every field and always strives to do his best. Rekabetçi, competitive. Hayal gücü kuvvetli veya hayalci. Hayalci means having a high level of imagination. When someone or something is described as hayal gücü kuvvetli, it refers to their ability to be creative, original, and use their imagination. Örnek: Ayşe, hayalci bir kişiliğe sahip olmanın yanı sıra hayal gücü kuvvetli bir dansçıdır. Ayşe is an imaginative dancer as well as having an imaginative personality. Hayal gücü kuvvetli or hayalci means imaginative. Güvensiz. Güvensiz can be translated in English as insecure or insecure, which refers to lacking confidence, trust, or sense of safety. It is the feeling of uncertainty or vulnerability in oneself or particular situation. Örnek: yeni tanıştığın birine hemen güven duymamakta fayda var. Çünkü insanların güvensiz olabileceği durumlarda söz konusu olabilir. It is good not to immediately trust someone you've just met because there are times when people can be insecure. Güvensiz means insecure. Sabırlı. Sabırlı can be explained in English as patient, which means being able to tolerate delays, difficulties, or hardship without becoming frustrated or irritated. It is the ability to wait calmly and maintain composure in challenging situations. O sırasını sabırla bekledi, şikayet etmeden. She waited patiently for her turn in line without complaining. Sabırlı. Patient, kendine güvenen is the Turkish term for self-confidence. It refers to believing in oneself without fear, hesitation, or doubt. When someone has self-confidence, they have a positive and constructive outlook on life. They believe in their own abilities, talents, and worth. Self-confidence enables individuals to recognize their potential and have the courage to express themselves. Örnek, kendine güvenen bir insan, kendi yeteneklerine inanarak her türlü zorluğun üstesinden gelir. A self-confident person conquers any difficulty by believing in their own abilities. Self-confident, kendine güvenen. Mantıklı, mantıklı can be translated as sensible. It refers to something that is practical, reasonable, and based on common sense. When someone is described as mantıklı, it means they make rational decisions, think logically, and consider the practical aspect of a situation. Örnek, borsaya yatırım yapmadan önce avantajlarını ve dezavantajlarını dikkatlice düşünerek mantıklı bir karar verdi. He made a sensible decision by carefully considering the pros and cons before investing in the stock market. Sensible, mantıklı. Hassas, hassas can be translated as sensitive. It refers to someone or something that is easily affected or influenced by emotions, stimuli, or external factors. When someone is described as hassas, it means they are responsive to the feelings and needs of others, and they may also experience emotions more intensely. In a broader sense, hassas can also describe objects or systems that require careful handling or are vulnerable to damage. Örnek, o başkalarının sözlerinden ve eylemlerinden derinden etkilenen hassas bir insandır. Example, she is a sensitive person who is deeply affected by other people's words and actions. Sensitive, hassas. The next one, sosyal. Social can be translated as sociable. It refers to someone who enjoys being around others, engaging in social activities, and easily connecting with people. When someone is described as social, it means they have good social skills, enjoy socializing, and feel comfortable in social situations. Additionally, social can also describe someone who is interested in social issues, community involvement, or promoting social well-being. Örnek, o partilere katılmaktan ve yeni insanlarla tanışmaktan keyif alan sosyal bir insandır. She is a sociable person who enjoys attending parties and meeting new people. Sociable, sosyal. Hırslı. Hırslı can be translated as ambitious. It refers to someone who has a strong desire and determination to achieve their goals, succeed, and make progress in their endeavors. When someone is described as hırslı, it means they are driven, motivated, and strive for excellence in their pursuits. Additionally, hırslı can also describe someone who is competitive, eager to excel, and willing to put in the necessary effort to reach their aspirations. Örnek, o en iyi notları elde etmek için özveriyle çalışan hırslı bir öğrencidir. She is an ambitious student who works tirelessly to achieve top grades. Ambitious, hırslı. Otoriter. Otoriter can be translated as bossy. It refers to someone who tends to dominate or control others, often asserting their authority or power in an assertive or authoritarian manner. When someone is described as authoritaire, it means they have a strong inclination to give orders, make decisions without considering others, input and expect obedience. Örnek: O projenin her ürünü mikromanaj yapmak isteyen otoriter bir yöneticidir. He is a bossy manager who likes to micromanage every aspect of the project. Bossy, otoriter. Dürüst. Dürüst can be translated as honest. It refers to someone who consistently tells the truth, acts with integrity, and adheres to moral and ethical principles. When someone is described as dürüst, it means they are trustworthy, reliable, and have a strong sense of honesty in their words and actions. Örnek: O dürüstlüğüyle tanınır ve hatalarını kabul etmekten asla çekinmez. He is known for his honesty and never hesitates to admit his mistakes. Honest, dürüst. Bağımsız. Bağımsız can be translated as independent. It refers to someone who is self-reliant, self-sufficient, and capable of making decisions or acting on their own without relying on others. When someone is described as bağımsız, it means they have the ability and freedom to think, act, and operate autonomously. Örnek: O kendi ilgi alanlarını takip etmekten ve sürekli bir rehberlik olmaksızın kararlar vermekten hoşlanan bağımsız bir bireydir. She is an independent individual who enjoys pursuing her own interests and making decisions without needing constant guidance. Independent, bağımsız. Olgun, olgun can be translated as mature. It refers to someone who demonstrates emotional, intellectual, and social maturity. When someone is described as olgun, it means they are responsible, level-headed, and able to handle situations with wisdom and composure. Örnek: Eleştiriyi olgunlukla karşıladı ve sakin ve düşünceli bir şekilde yanıt verdi. He handled the criticism with maturity and responded calmly and thoughtfully. Mature, olgun. Kaprisli. Kaprisli can be translated as moody. It refers to someone who experiences frequent and unpredictable changes in mood, often without an apparent reason. When someone is described as capriciously, it means their emotions can fluctuate rapidly, leading to varying moods and behaviors. Örnek: O oldukça kaprisli olabilir. Bazen endişeli ve enerjik, bazen ise içine kapanık ve sessiz. She can be quite moody, sometimes cheerful and energetic, and other times withdrawn and quiet. Moody, kaprisli. Asi. Asi can be translated as rebellious. It refers to someone who shows a tendency to resist or defy authority, rules, or societal norms. When someone is described as asi, it means they often challenge the established order and exhibit a nonconformist attitude. Örnek: Her zaman kurulu düzeni sorgulayan ve değişim için bastıran asi bir ruh olmuştur. He has always been a rebellious spirit, questioning the established order and pushing for change. Rebellious, asi. Güvenilir. Güvenilir can be translated as reliable. It refers to someone or something that can be trusted or dependent upon to perform consistently and fulfill commitment. When someone or something is described as güvenilir, it means they are trustworthy, responsible, and can be relied upon. Örnek, ona her zaman süresine uymak ve yüksek kalitede çalışma sunmak konusunda güvenebilirsiniz. O, güvenilir bir takım üyesidir. You can always count on him to meet deadlines and deliver high-quality work. He is a reliable team member. Reliable, güvenilir. İnatçı, inatçı can be translated as stubborn. It refers to someone who is determined to stick to their own ideas or decision and is resistant to changing their mind even when faced with opposing viewpoints or evidence. When someone is described as inatçı, it means they are persistent and unwavering in their beliefs or actions. Örnek, herhangi bir öneri dinlemeyi reddetti ve kendi yolunda gitmekte ısrar etti. Bir şeye karar verdiğinde oldukça inatçı olabiliyor. She refused to listen to any suggestions and insisted on doing things her own way. She can be quite stubborn when she sets her mind to something. Stubborn. İnatçı, bencil can be translated as selfish. It refers to someone who is primarily concerned with their own interests and desires, often at the expense of others. When someone is described as bencil, it means they order their own needs and benefits without considering or showing much regard for the needs of others. Örnek, o oyuncaklarını hiç kimseyle paylaşmaz ve her zaman kendisini önce koyar. Zaman zaman oldukça bencil olabilir. She never shares her toys with others and always puts herself first. She can be quite selfish from time to time. Selfish, bencil, şımarık. Şımarık can be translated as spoiled or bratty. It describes someone, usually a child, who is overly indulged, demanding, and behaves in an entitled or attention-seeking manner. When someone is described as şımarık, it means they expect special treatment and may throw tantrums or act in a petulant way if their desires are not met. Örnek, çocuk her zaman istediğini ister ve istekleri yerine getirilmediğinde öfkelenir. Zaman zaman oldukça şımarık olabilir. The child always wants what he wants and gets angry when his wishes are not fulfilled. He can be quite spoiled at times. Spoiled, şımarık, sevecen. The word sevecen is an adjective that describes a person who has a loving, warm, and friendly attitude and is kind and understanding to others. Compassionate people usually care about the feelings of others, emphasize and approach them in a friendly way. With their loving behavior, they give people a positive feeling and form positive relationship with the people around them. Örnek, Ayşe, sevecen ve yardımsever bir kişidir. Herkesin sorunlarına anlayışla yaklaşır ve yardımcı olmaktan mutluluk duyar. Ayşe is an affectionate and helpful person. She approaches everyone's problems with understanding and is happy to assist. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, consider subscribing to my channel for more content like this. Stay tuned for future videos on language learning and personal development. Remember, words have the power to shape our communication and understanding. Keep learning and embracing the power of words. Goodbye and see you soon.